ourselves some coyote pelts. Um, that night, we're sitting around the fire, just BSing and having a good time, and we start seeing these lights coming from the same direction of where we threw these carcasses, but they're way off in the woods, way far off in the woods. And a little more back history to this. This spot is tons of woods, but surrounding it is all peat bog. Like from this way, it's a one-way in and one-way out. Like you cannot safely traverse that terrain without peril of losing your life. I mean, you will literally go into those peat bogs and never come out. And that's where these lights are coming from. And there was two of them, and they were amber in color. Like we thought it was somebody got lost and had a lantern, had a couple lanterns, and they were walking up to us, trying to, there's no way they couldn't have seen our big bonfire rolling in front of us, and but it was far enough away. There is another little road that it's a trail. You have to have a 4x4 to get back there, and really preferably like an actual like UTV or ATV. Even most 4x4s aren't making it back there. You're gonna have to have big tires in the lift to get back there. There's a guy that's my age and his dad that have been hunting for a long time. We've known them for a long time. They could have been back there, and it's kind of that direction of where these lights were coming from. We're like, oh, so and so and his dad are up here, and we thought that's maybe who it was, or it's somebody that's lost. And these lights keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. And now I'm standing up, I'm like, okay, I called out to him and no one answered. I'm like, well, that's strange. Call out to them again. Maybe they didn't hear me. Still no answer. Now I'm getting a little, defensive. I am very much the protector of my friend group. Like, I will put myself into harm's way and let my buddies get out of there. That's, the complete polar opposite of when I was 16 and I pushed my buddy to the front of the tent. I am the complete opposite. I will put myself into harm's way before putting a buddy into harm's way. And so I've got my sidearm drawn. I've got my flashlight. I'm in my tactical stance trying to see who's out there. Why are these people walking up to us? And as soon as my light turns on, my flashlight turns on, these lights go out. And as soon as the lights go out, everything goes dead silent. I mean, it literally was like a light switch turned off and everything went silent. No crickets, no owls, no coyotes, no wolves. There was nothing of sound. It was eerie. Then we start hearing footsteps. And I'm calling out to them, hey, make yourself known, so-and-so, so forth. Let us know what you're doing, who you are. And nothing. And the footsteps keep coming and get closer. Now my other buddy's getting a little uncomfortable with the situation, and he gets up from the fire and comes over to me, and he's got his sidearm drawn, flashlight going in the woods, trying to scan to see what's going on. And they just keep getting closer and closer, these footsteps. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, all over to my other buddy. I'm like, hey, are you going to get up over here or what? We got people walking towards us in the woods in the middle of the night. And, he's just shrugging it off. He's like, whatever. He's the most nonchalant guy you'll ever meet. He just nothing gets him. And this thing just keeps getting closer. And then all of a sudden, this walking stops in front of us, and this is bipedal walking. We're fully expecting that there are going to be humans walking towards us in the dark. How they're doing it is beyond me. You can't go through these woods in the pitch black. You'll never make it. I mean, the ground's unstable. It's up and down all around. Trees falling and all sorts of different stuff in the woods. From behind us. Now this is where my other buddy's still sitting at the bonfire. From behind him, all of a sudden we hear people say the samurai chatter, and I would say samurai chatter is pretty accurate, but it sounds like samurai chatter done by a Mongolian throat singer. That way in the super back of your throat, you're not really using your vocal cords so much as you're using sound to talk. And it's like that, that type of talking starts happening behind us. And now this other buddy that's still sitting at the bonfire is jumping up. He's in a panic because now this thing's, real close behind him. Then, as that thing's talking to our now right, because we spun, it would have been to my original, it would have been to my original right. Now it's out to my left. A large tree cracks, comes tumbling down, and that probably happened 100, 150 feet away from us. The talking in the back behind us, this gibberish talk, stops. We all of a sudden hear now behind us the original thing that we were listening to, walking, takes off running. And it's only one thing running. It's just one. It takes off running. It's huge, whatever it is, sounds like a freight train running through the woods, through the woods. We turn, like, which way is that going? Because we hear the noise. We turn, and then all of a sudden, the gibberish talker takes off running. And we never hear the third one, whatever cracked that tree, never heard it leave. That one was dead silent. All we heard was the tree, crack and fall. Never heard it leave. We didn't go investigate. If it's still standing there, I have seen something in the woods earlier in my life. I'm not going to just walk up to it in the pitch black.